mood, I have prepared this video. The topic of discussion under this video is impact of climate change on Indian agriculture, a time series analysis. Climate change and economic growth are interrelated. Economic growth results emission of pollutants. In the long term, they contribute to stock of greenhouse gases like CO2. One of the result of climate change is global warming. This is one side of the picture. In other side, economy also in many ways depends on environment. That is, for production, economy needs to depend on environment. Among all these stories, in this particular video, we will concentrate on impact of climate change on agriculture. Climate change will be studied in two aspects. First, increase in temperature, and second, change in rainfall pattern. Now, the basic topic of this video is whether climate change has detrimental impact on agriculture. Now, what is the importance of actually this study, that is impact of climate change on agriculture? See, agriculture is a very important sector of an economy like India, because around 50% of populations of India depends on agriculture. So if there is a production shock or due to climate change, if there is any kind of effect on agriculture takes place, then this will certainly affect the livelihood of 50% of populations. And moreover, another important thing is India is still actually practicing the old backdated method of agriculture, backdated method of cultivations, and it is in many parts of India actually the agriculture depends on climatic conditions. Now, if climate changes, then it is going to affect Indian agriculture in a massive way. Now, climate change in agriculture, to study these, we have made several survey to literature. See, balancing as small changes in temperature affected yearly wheat yield. In most of the studies, Saini and Nanda and Gangadhar Rao and Sinha, many of studies we have found that when there is the rise in temperature, these are affecting what agricultural productions. That is, there was, see, in one study it is written over there was a decline of 600 to 650 grains per meter square in wheat crop with every 1 degree centigrade increase in mean temperature. However, means we cannot conclude from here that climate change will affect agriculture in a negative way, because whenever we talk about the climate change in terms of CO2 emissions, so if CO2 increases, then what will happen? But the scientific studies says that when CO2 increases, there is higher concentrations of atmospheric carbon dioxide actually affect crop positively by boosting up yield by increasing rate of photosynthesis. So this actually adds to the debate that makes the topic a debatable. That is, now if there is climate change in terms of CO2 emission, then whether this will affect agriculture positively, or because temperature is increasing, this will affect the agricultural condition negatively. So to study, this is an initial attempt actually. We have resorted to an econometric model, and in this model we have kept agricultural productions in index form in one side, and that is dependent variables. Under independent variables we have taken rainfall, temperature, fertilizer consumptions, rain square. These variables we have taken these These are all these variables are the time series secondary data. Okay, and these are collected from different sources. The data on climate change indicating variables mean rainfall and mean temperature are collected from India Meteorological Department, Ministry of Earth Sciences. The data on agricultural statistics are sourced from RBI and the Fertilizer Association of India. We have made a relative comparison of temperature growth trend. The comparison is based on the mean temperature of 1957 to 1986. This is one phase. Another phase, mean temperature between 1987 and 2016. So this blue mark, these two comparison actually, for when we see from this figure, we can see that there is a clear difference between these two trends, and we find that the later phase, that is from 1987 to 2016, there is a sign of increase in mean temperature. However, if we see the similar kind of comparison in rainfall in two phases, then we find the ambiguous picture. There is no clear comparisons of trend. Okay, and this seems random in nature. Then we have tested the stationary property data that is very required to run a regression model with time series, and that is whether this is there is unit root problem or not, that we have tested. And after this test, we have found out the result, and this result says what when rainfall increases, there is significant increase in rainfall, then okay, if there is an increase in rainfall, this is affecting agriculture positively. When temperature increases, then what is our agricultural production falls. That means there is a negative relationship or inverse relationship between rise in temperature and agricultural output. And if we have also found that when rainfall increases, very rainfall is there. If rainfall increases severely, then it affects agricultural productions negatively. Then fertilizer consumption, that is the important thing. Fertilizer consumption, so when it increases, that is what fertilizer consumption increases, then what happens? Our agricultural production also increases. This may also happen because when there is a rise in temperature or there is negative effect of temperatures may be compensated by fertilizer consumption also, and by adopting new technology, new varieties of seed that is climate sensitive. By this, the effects of climate change on agriculture can be reduced. So we are concluding this video. The time series analysis finds an increasing trend of mean temperature in India. However, the rate of change in rainfall has no clear trend and fluctuating over the years. The regression result shows rainfall positively affects agricultural productions, but over rainfall has harmful consequences on agriculture. Conversely, mean temperature rise worsens the growth of agriculture. Since India's economic performance is largely dependent on agriculture, it is imperative to look into the climate change pattern and its significant impact on agriculture. Measures should be taken to complement agricultural productions in a situation of climatic disorder in one hand, and in other, green environmental strategies should be adopted.